Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Wizard of Legend. Sorry, it's been so long. I have a good excuse. It is not that I didn't want to play Wizard of Legend. I was away for a long time, didn't have enough in the backlog, and then straight up, I've been sick. If you only watch this series, you can probably tell. We have used that for sure. You know what? There's the random guy out here. Let's just go to the random guy. Forgot about that. Wizard of Legend will die as a series at some point. 10 gems. Let's go. The mystery's half the fun. Everything, including our relic, I'm assuming is going to be randomized. So let's just go for it. I'm not worried about our gems. This series will die at some point. Probably at some point in the near future. But for now, I was fully intended on continuing to play. Yo, okay, so we got Ice Dagger. Is that an upgraded? No, it's not an enhanced version. Just a regular old version. I'm pretty stoked, though, that we at least have some kind of Chaos Arcana here. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is, I apologize. You know, I don't have any problem apologizing. I'm Canadian. Comes naturally to us. And I think it's a good thing. Now that I'm largely over my illness, wasn't anything serious, just a common cold. I made fun of the doctor for saying it was a common cold, when in my head I was like, it's obviously like a catastrophic throat infection, and then like 2 days later, I'm like, I feel great. Yes, you can take an Arcana. You can take Line Shock Agent, that's fine by me. I like it, but I would be fine taking something else, or an upgraded version of it. Let's go with number 2 this time, Tectonic Drill. Drill baby drill, remember that? Seems so long ago now. From an earlier time. I'll still, you know, because it's the first Wizard of Legend video I've recorded in like 2 weeks, I'll come in here and I'll beat the drum for this game, okay? If you're watching this and you're like, I'm still on the fence about Wizard of Legend. I am the roguelite guy, to some extent. I'm one of the roguelite guys. I'm not going to say I'm the only person or I'm the preeminent authority on roguelites. But I play a lot of them. And I gotta be honest, a lot... Oh, hello, I didn't know you were still alive. A lot of them kind of end up in this uncanny valley for me. Where I'm like, it's good, and I see what you're trying to do. But it's not that good, and for some reason, it's almost worse to be, like, half decent than it is to be, mediocre. Because half decent is like, I saw that you had... I saw what you were going for, you just didn't quite hit it. There you go. Cream him. Cream him, Dad! This is not a mediocre roguelite. Seen a lot of people say that. You know, it is a matter of opinion, I suppose. But I'm here to tell you, it's got the Northernlion seal of approval to an enormous degree. It's almost certainly making Dad's top 10 of the year. And I'm gonna have to fight for it even then. I know I'm gonna have to fight for it. I'm gonna have to say, you know... I'm gonna have to pull the trump card and be like, I got 75 hours in this game. Y'all have 2. You haven't experienced the depth of flavors that I've experienced. Dude, I love getting an Arcana for free. That's just like the greatest deal we could ever ask for. Now, I don't dislike Earthquake Axe, but I don't think it's particularly strong. But, check this out. Send enemies far away, and then while they're in the portal, smack them around with a little Earthquake Axe. We got a little combo going on here. What's our robe, by the way? I gotta learn, like, robe colors, because I have no idea, oh lord, what this one is. So far, I wouldn't say that this run seems bad. I'm a little bit out of practice, and I think that should be readily apparent. I don't know. That's a map, right? I think. Hunter's Stiletto I thought was like crits, but unfortunately for me... What's our relic here? Someone's a sprite that poisons enemies. How did I not see that? You've been following us the whole time. Buying HP I think is sensible. Be smarter about your situations here. We got an Arcana shop. We shouldn't be able to afford anything. Oh, but I really, really want to buy the upgraded version of our basic. We've experienced 96% of the floor. We have one more room. Just allow me to crush some stuff here real quick. Because if we can get to 100 gold, an upgraded version of your basic is like maybe the most important Arcana upgrade you can get. And if we can start winning on random runs, this saves me a lot of overhead, you know? That was extremely bad. You've given me no money so far. You've only given your funny paper, and in the middle of... I'm gonna be exploring. I have a feeling that we can get 9 gold here. This is the worst part of the game by far. If the developers are watching, first off, you know, let me use my limited Korean to say that your game is 좋아해요. That means I like it. Or it's good. I can't remember. You're gonna think that that's... Oh, dude, reset. You're gonna think that that's like a lewd conversation. It's not. It just means I like your game. You know, you go to a restaurant. I don't know if you should say 좋아해요 at a restaurant. You'd say 맛있어요. But either way. 감사합니다. But also, could you please anja and then make the pots not have any money in them? Or alternatively, make all of the pots have a very little amount of money in them. My personal 2 cents on the game design. You are a fool. Your city's a sucker. Very terrible placement. It's like the enemies don't even know that there's pits in the game. What are you thinking? Of course, I will destroy you! So I'm recognizing, by the way, first off, kind of playing like garbage. That's fine. If you're coming into this video expecting a dub, I would discourage you from thinking that that's likely. Because I'm out of practice. I'm going to do my darndest. We're also on a random run, for that matter. You want to buy a relic, but I only have 1. But I'm going to try. I'm obviously going to try. The problem that I have right now is I'm trying to use the active effect on the Q way too commonly. Way too quickly, I should say. So I'm trying to, like, I pop the Q, and then I expect, in like 1 millisecond, the refractory period will be done. And I'll be able to, there we go. I'll be able to banish the enemies to the Shadow Realm. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on my level of manual dexterity. That's something I would prefer to not rely on in just about any critical situation in my entire existence. This floor, by the way, have we, like, they nerf gold production rate? Why? Of all of your abilities, why on earth would you take the one that teleports you into the barrels? But anyway. See, that's a good example of me relying on my manual dexterity, and it's the folly of man. I need to buy some relics. As of right now, we have no synergies, because we have no relics. That's a very dangerous situation. I will take double toil. Reduces cooldowns by half, but receive double damage. Obviously dangerous, but also hopefully a little fun. Royal Flush we don't need. Vampire's Eyeglasses are a must-get. Increased crit. Because we take double damage, I do expect us to be, like, real in trouble. Every mistake, of which there will probably be several, is going to be worse than it otherwise would be. Like, I mean, even just taking damage there was really bad. At the same time, we can abuse the fact that we have halved cooldowns. It's actually allowed us to use our Chaos Arcana substantially more frequently. 120 gold. Demi's Teapot. Increases the duration of buff Arcana, of which we have none. You know what? I don't want to heal. I'm gonna, if we want to win long-term with the optics on this run, don't heal on that floor. Heal here instead. And then take no damage against the boss. That's my dream. Freya. Got me on my knees, Freya. I hate the water beams. Those are the worst. That actually sort of worked. This should also allow me to build signatures much more quickly, which did gangbusters for us right there. This is the danger zone. Substantial amount of damage, but not so substantial an amount as to frighten me. Dude, Vampire's Eyeglasses gave us a little heal in there. This actually went pretty well. That's a basic, isn't it? No, it's not. It's the, the punch, isn't it? Dash forward and pummel a flow with a barrage of fiery punches. Regenerate health every time you land a crit. Okay, so now we want, pardon me, if possible, to go to a hospital and get this alien virus taken out of my throat would be nice. But also, if we can go to a hospital in Wizard of Legend and pick up, like, critical placebos or something like that, you know, the heals, excuse me, sir, are never going to stop. I am taking way too much damage. Don't be a fool. That is way too much damage. Alright, we gotta... Excuse me. That's embarrassing. We gotta play way more defensively, is what I'm trying to get at. This room is very scary. Hello. I did not expect that you would come this way this quickly. Alright, somehow that worked out incredibly. Please tell me we're done. And then let me signature these fools. Oh, fools are getting signatured. I don't know how I feel about that signature, to be honest with you. 229 HP. Considering the, like, terrible performance we just put on, I would say that this is actually just fine. That was pretty cool. I still don't feel like I'm in control of the way that this run is going, but, yeah, that was a really good and also extremely clever and smart idea. It was definitely not at all idiotic. Now we're down to 120-something gold. And by gold, I mean HP, which is way worse. Hey, could you not? Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll just be dead because of double toil, which was also good for a while, but now makes me very sad. We're gonna try that again. I apologize, this is a terrible death. Not a beautiful death like Kanye West promised in Power. You live by the deal with the devil, you die by the deal with the devil. We got two good wind options, and actually Distortion Beam is amazing. What is Red Robe? Crit Robe is Yellow Robe, so I'm assuming this is like Damage Robe. Yeah, this is a much... Special Snowflake. Defeated enemies have a chance to explode and freeze nearby enemies. For me, personally, this is a much better, starting series of Arcana. Oh, you know what? It's Health Robe. We start with 525 HP. This feels like a much more amenable start. Now, in there might be some stuff that we'll consider interesting. For now, I'm excited to have a little bit more of a safe beginning. These are some Arcana that I'm very familiar with. My greatest regret in my entire life is that I at one point looked at this AoE Arcana and thought it was horrible, when actually I think it's amazing. That's our basic, is what I'm trying to get at here. And the Chaos Beam Arcana is actually, like, maybe my favorite Arcana in the game, although I do like the one that summons all the knights. I think both of those have, like, a real... They got a place on this run, let's put it that way. But an upgraded version of our AoE Arcana would fit really nicely right now. Alright, I already feel, like, way more comfortable with this run than I was ever at with the last run. Just ride it out, be cool. Kind of blew it a little bit. No, blew it extremely. Totally whiffed on hitting the boss and got hit myself. That's embarrassing. Now we got the dream. Substantially better. Life goes on. Kind of wanted some free Arcana, but that's okay. Now I'm getting back into my modus operandi. Let me hydrate for a second. I would really like to pick up Arcana. I'm getting back into the rhythm. What do we do first floor? We pick up Arcana. Arcana is the be-all, end-all. We get a third combat option. Well, really a fourth combat option, I guess I should say. Paranomassacon. Your attacks on council members are more punishing. Enemy attacks pack an extra punch. Well, I didn't want to take government loan, because financially, I think the best time to take... I think the best time to take government loan is at the end. When you don't actually have to pay back the entire loan, because instead you just declare bankruptcy. That's the living the dream right there. And then, Golden Armor of Envy. Historically, I haven't been the biggest fan of it. Isn't that like when you take damage, you lose... Like, there's more gold drops, but when you get hit, you lose gold or something? I don't really want to mess with our gold generation early on here. What's the upgraded version? Twister stops shortly after being unleashed, but continues to spin in place. Sure, it sounds fine to me. Now, 135 could allow us to buy something. I don't think any of it's really good enough. I thought Chaos Scanner was like, it shows enemy HP. Showing enemy HP is not useless, because it lets you know when to dive and when to pull back. I would also describe it as not being of critical usefulness either, though. Signature's probably gonna go to waste. Not quite. Oh, wait, we never even charged it. Or it already went to waste. I gotta tell you, man, it feels good to be back. I was on, like, emergency rations. I was recording just Isaac and Slay the Spire. It feels very foreign for me. I'm gonna wait till we get another Arcana, I think. It feels very foreign for me to only be recording, like, 3 videos a day. It was like I was cheating you guys out of something. Which I know is an unhealthy attitude to have when you're ill, and there's nothing you can do about it, but it does feel good to be back to normal. It was nice, to be honest, to be, like, on vacation, and then when I came back from vacation, my body was like, hey, how about another forced vacation where you cough all the time but have a great excuse to play video games? And I was like, yeah, okay. I tried to make the best of it, because, again, there's nothing else you can do about it, but it feels nice to be back. You know, there's a difference between, you know, being sick when you're a kid. Kind of stinks, but you get to skip school, right? Being sick when you're a teacher is a different story. You're gonna come back and, like, your whole workflow's been messed up. So I'm happy to be, oh, careful. I'm happy to be back, get back on the routine, let the video production facilities get back up to capacity, you know? Dude, we have so many crowd control options. This is like a dream come true. And then immediately I blew it. You know what? You lived and you deserve to kill me as a result of my hubris. So much gold. I'm very excited. This is an extremely great start. I'll wait. Oop. That was a great fight. Alright. 300 gold. You know we're gonna buy something here. I don't remember what half of these do. Cushion flip-flops, I can't remember. Super sunscreen, can't remember. Combo gloves gives you an extra attack. Auditor's talisman. Increases critical hit chance at low health. I actually think that in the whole scheme of things, that's not a terrible upgrade to get. Just don't forget about the llama. The llama is probably a free Arcana. So actually, if we could get the llamas without requiring us to buy an Arcana, just upping our damage somehow, or maybe picking up an upgraded Arcana instead is probably for the best. Because we're gonna get an Arcana from the, thank God it at least hit. We're gonna get an Arcana from the Council boss for sure. But we should be doing more damage against the Council bosses, which is also very good. We were on a little bit of a streak too, so I'm sorry that that was stopped. Feels good to eventually get to a point in this game, because we were getting our butt kicked. I was like the worst person in the world at this game. Everybody else was like, I beat the run on my 3rd try and never played it again. And I was like, yeah, me too, except, by the way, what's the second boss look like? Now I feel like we're getting comfortable. In the tortoise in the hare analog, I'm the freaking tortoise, dude. Slow and steady. I don't like lightning aspects. I don't really like rippling rupture. I'm gonna try to beat the llamas the old-fashioned way. Let's go. You got Scales of Babylon. Arcana allows you to lower active cooldowns and steal speed from enemies by blasting them with a burst of air. I'm also gonna, I mean, with 300 gold, I'm gonna go buy, like, I don't know, maybe cushion flip-flops? Damage received is expended from your signature meter while you have sufficient charge to shield the attack. Alright, it's a foundational part of a synergy, I guess. If we could also get, like, signature rocket, we could have a nice little bit of, damage dampening. I could see that being useful. So for now, we want to use Scales of Babylon last to get the maximum cooldown reduction out of it, is my thinking. I am a fool. Yeah, like that's actually Scales of Babylon did a disgusting amount of damage there. Or it gave us a disgusting amount of utility, I should say. Like, the ability for it to build signature charge to that degree is disgusting. Now, I might go with a more traditional Arcana eventually, but for now we don't have to worry about it. We've got almost all wind as well, by the way. So a Royal Flush is already a 15... pardon me. 16% damage increase, I think, is 4% per element. Come on, I mean, you're loaded on the SSD here. Don't do me a disservice by taking this long to load. Just be cool. How do you do this? Hit him with that, hit him with that, hit him with that. You get your cooldown back. I don't know how much the cooldown reduction actually is, by the way, but so far hasn't been much of an issue. Yes, we have the perfect amount of money to buy it. It's exactly what we want. And this is, like, already so much better than our last run. Partly because of the randoms we got, and partly because of the situation we find ourselves in right now as a result. We also get a huge speed boost from it. That's what it felt like, at least. I don't know if the speed boost is really relevant, but... Okay, so how do we win this run? I actually think we have a winning suite of Arcana already. But we can always continue to improve that. But we don't need to buy Arcana is what I'm getting at. We can buy relics instead. And even if you end up wasting money on a relic that turns out to not be super useful, you know, you can always just toss it at some point in the future. It's not an enormous cost is what I'm getting at. It does give you a speed boost. Still don't know what the damage or cooldown reduction is, but it seems worth paying attention to. Not that we need it half the time, because we already have, Oh! Get out of there, I didn't see those coming from the sky. Not that we need the cooldown reduction most of the time, because we're building signatures so quickly to begin with. Like, look at that. It does suck that almost all of our beams coalesce into a single one, but still got the job done. Complaints right now are very minimal. Like when I go to a fast food restaurant and they forget one dipping sauce. Sure! I wish they hadn't. But in the whole scheme of things, it's a $4 meal. A $4 meal. You guys like Gilligan's Island? Gilligan's what? Sorry, I forgot that I'm 80 and everyone else is 14. It might not seem like it. That's a joke at my own expense. Dude, I also feel like Scales of Justice builds meter so much faster than I would ever expect it to. Like, look at that. I didn't build I thought I heard the bleep. I did not hear the bleep. Bring it on. I messed it up real bad. Except my health is full. What happened? Again, single beam for whatever reason. 235 gold. Oh, you're interesting. Crocodile Heart lowers our HP, but we get more HP when we kill enemies. Golden Saber of Envy, I don't remember. Ominous Lone Note is irrelevant. Yeah, so I think it's maybe a little bit too late to get Tiny Crocodile Heart, but it could conceivably, by the time we reach the final boss, give us a little bit more maximum HP. So if I'm leveling with you, the opportunity cost on this, the optics on this actually look pretty bad. So why'd you take it? Well, because in video games, I have a little bit of a tendency, I would say it's fair to suggest, to look before I leap. That went pretty well towards the end, at least. All right. Gold is at 290. Jewelry box. Picking up Chaos Gems heals for a small amount. That's pretty great. I think, at least. As long as we don't totally botch it on one of these floors here before we can get back to, like, maybe 400, 450 HP, I think we're going to be okay. I could do this all day. I was not joking. Wait it out. You're still alive, huh? Oh! You forced my hand. I don't like it, but we navigated around it. It's going to be very hard to convince me to take an unupgraded Arcana right now, especially when I already quite clearly like our present ones. But it is what it is, We can always try to offer it up in a Gambit or something later. For now, though, slowly rebuilding this HP. The thing about Golden, or Tiny Alligator Heart, at least, it gives me the opportunity to have, like, a to-do list for right now. We got something that, a small task that we can focus on. Didn't even see you there. For the time being, and hopefully in the future, it ends up having paid dividends, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. I will say, we probably picked it up a little late. This seems like one of those items, you get it on the first floor, you're stoked. You get it on the third floor, you're probably a little bit more hesitant, but our break-even point is 525 HP. Not that far away in the whole scheme of things. We've already gone up 120 already. We're like halfway there. Maybe there's not much to be worried about. Excuse me. What? Gotta love that. Except that you lived, but apart from that, you gotta love that. I will take an upgraded dash. Leaves an extra decoy at the end of the dash. Sure, why not? Frost Feint, I'm not sold on it, but I don't necessarily think it's bad. If we have to buy HP on this floor, we have to buy HP, but it is worth noting, Chaos Gems give us heals to begin with. Alright, so I feel like this went extremely well. Like, that was way better than I ever could have expected that to go. The healing there was quite nice. 117 gold. We want to, we haven't found our red shop yet, and that's, well, now we have. Flashy boots are really bad. They're a speed downgrade. What is glass kid? Like, lowers our HP again. Damage increased, but max health is reduced. See, this doesn't bother me that much right now, because we have tiny crocodile hearts, so the idea is, over time, we should still be able to largely compensate for this. Maybe not fully compensate, like it might be literally impossible to get to 525 now, but I think you can see that, like, in theory, my heart's in the right place here. And our damage increasing is a very worthwhile measure. In my mind, at least. Hello? Like, look at that. That was very solid. And we're up to 316 again anyway. I think glass cannon was the right call. I'll vouch for it. Anyway, it's gotta be done. It's fine by me. There we go. 99% of the way through the floor. We're not gonna hit 100. Life goes on. This was actually, like, a very, very encouraging situation for me. Now with 200 gold, actually, we might want to consider what else we could get here. Hand of Midas, I think, is a little too late. What about gummy vitamins? Prevents poison. Dude, not worth 150, considering we've already killed the Earth boss. Life goes on. Should have taken some gummy vitamins before I got ill this time. So I'm going to say if we can get to 450 HP at some point, I'll consider that like a relatively useful... That's like our new break-even point in my mind. You're still going, huh? So, I mean, the damage output is unrivaled here. Like, that is an incredible fight. I don't want that, but we'll hold it for now. I am extremely encouraged with the way things are going. What would we like? I was actually going to say a gap closer for the final boss, but I actually think it's not that it's unnecessary. It's more that we already have one in the form of our R, which is a rushdown, as you can see right there. So I think we got all the tools we need right now. We just got to keep playing decently and keep exploring every floor. Because the more enemies we fight, the better off we are. From a maximum HP standpoint. Whoa! Easy there. I should also endeavor to not light myself on fire, which almost happened right there. Signature charge, absolutely gonna be wasted. Dude, we would love the Infinity Marble. To be able to hold a signature charge, and even if we just used it for dampening damage, we might be happy with that. Yeah, I'll fight, I'll fight. Very upsetting. Very upsetting. Alright, the heals from the gems there were real nice, because things got way hotter than I expected, pun not intended, mostly like begrudgingly admitted. This should be a fight here. Don't freak out though, you know, we got every available tool to kill these guys. Just gonna take a little while to get our HP back up. If we gotta spend 100 gold on a potion, we gotta spend 100 gold on a potion. I'm just happy we lived for now. Easy fight, hopefully. Stop doing that, if possible. Okay, that's not stopping that. In fact, I would argue that that's quite the opposite. It seems like you're continuing to do it at every available opportunity. Thank you for the healing, which is actually just unbelievably good timing. But I'm still feeling relatively dumb. We gotta take it, unfortunately. Back to 348. We're at 441 overall HP. If we win this run, I think a big part of it will actually be... Oh. You're not double toil. Broken Plague Flask. Here's my thinking. In my head, I'm like, this poisons you, but also poisons enemies. Enemy max health is lowered, but your health is lowered as well. Okay, hilarious. So we continue to... And this actually ties in with what I was about to say before I lost my train of thought. We have built a synergy, largely, completely accidentally. And the synergy is just... Enemy HP is lowered, or our damage increases. Our means of killing enemies improves. At the cost of our own HP, but because of Tiny Alligator Heart, it's actually not bad. Or it's not that bad. If we didn't have Tiny Alligator Heart, we'd be in a real sketchy situation, I think. I can live with that, dude. Would prefer not to live with that if at all possible. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just get out of there. You're safe. You're safe. He's dead. That was not bad. Dagger of Midas. Increases damage based on how much gold you currently have. How interesting. Take me to the next floor. Maybe we should never spend gold again except on healing, and our damage will be out of control. So now I think, again, we have to, you know, reconfigure our break-even point for where we're happy with our HP. I'll keep 450. I don't know if we're still, you know, that's the thing, right? Like, I don't know how these items work with one another. So I have no idea if our max HP is lowered, and that's respective to Crocodile Heart, or if Tiny Crocodile Heart allows us to circumvent that somehow. You know, I have no clue. But I do think we have a special run. Way more synergistic than your average. How on earth did that work out so well for us? We, like, accidentally did something amazing. That was a big whiff, though. Alright, we're at 423. I gotta be honest, the jewelry box has been exceptional as well. Were it not for that, I think we might have, well, we would have found it really tough to come back from that room where everything went horribly wrong for us, and we got down to like 100 HP. Instead, everything kind of worked out hunky-dory there. 441, is that our maximum now? Yes. You can take this. I think you can take this. I want the gold for more money, basically. You can take this. I like how I said I want the gold for more money. If you nodded at that, you're part of the problem. Of course you want the gold for more money. What I was going to say is you want the gold for more damage. Okay, so this should be an easy fight. We don't even have to combo the Grand Summoner. All we're going to do is hit him and then build signature, and it worked out totally fine. 616 gold. 441 HP. You know, honestly, I'm leaving. Keep our gold where it is. I love our current Arcana setup. We'll fight the boss. Our HP is not increasing anymore, which is why I'm like, this is where I don't think we need to explore anymore if we don't want to. Keep your gold as high as possible so you crush. We already know that we have great damage dealing potential. That's 3, 4, 5. Now, I actually don't know what's come over me. I just willfully destroyed a bunch of enemy projectiles, which is something I've, like, never done before. You know an ult's coming. We'll probably take damage. I'm gonna try not to. We didn't. Oh my god. Yo, that was the best fight we've ever had. We don't even need that. Does this destroy projectiles? I thought you needed the flak gauntlet or something like that. But dude, what happened? I've reached like a level of ascendancy. Now just be smart here. The first phase should be pretty easy. Just right click, Q, E, Q, right click. I mean, you're seeing it. You don't need me to tell you. Just be cool. Like, that was the easiest fight we've ever had against that boss. Now I expect things to get a little bit more touchy. Where's your ult? Are you seeing this? Dude, by far the easiest fight we've ever had against the final boss. Never considered for a moment that I would get close to death. We found the wombo combo on a run. That's incredible. I feel great about the way that one went down. Yeah, whatever. Great performance. You did a good job. Congratulations. It's your 5th insignia. Maybe our 6th, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, it was a pleasure and all that. But, like... Oh, we're out of chaos. We've officially gotten all the Arcana in the game, to the best of my knowledge. Very, very fun run, though. For now... Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. There's our stats. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and let me know if there's anything else you'd want me to play. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.